Hey, traders, what's up? Sorry, talking to my contractor. So yeah, just going live early. Quick update on things. Sorry, talking to him about things. Good news, everyone. Good news.
Bruh.
Bitcoin held the critical inflection point. So the poll we did yesterday, the majority of y'all were right. Look what happened. You held a little bit longer. We got some more bars on the MACD, and that bullish divergence developed, and it's starting to play out now. You've broken back above the neckline. Oh my God, sorry, the music's so loud. Wow, my bad. Did you hear anything I just said? Okay, we held the support. Held the support and above the neckline. Now all we need, so yes, you had questions yesterday. We knew it had to happen, right? But now we've got another question. Will 61,788 be broken, which is the old March high? You've gone up and you've tested that today, but no higher. You break that, boom, $64,900 probably real fast, straight up, straight down. So, and really, if you want an invalid head and shoulders, you want it to be busted and then moon, you must break $63,700. You do that, it's over, man. It'll be a head and shoulders continuation pattern at this point. So very good stuff to see. And you can even, like, people are plotting it. So say, I've seen head and shoulders for real that have done this and they end up making a lower high than the previous high, which is another form of confirmation of distribution, and then it dumps again. I've seen that. So it's like, I don't know if we're out of the woods per se yet, but dang, man, for the first time in history, you know, we've been cave people before, we've been fish people, whatever. For the first time, you know, 58,343 has been a support, just like Bitcoin at 40K. It was resistance. Then it became support. So the thing is, though, right now, even at 40K, we had to test it 3 different times. So you got to wonder, will market participants need that confirmation that we got down there, or 30K? My God, how many times do we need to test 30K for confirmation? Mike's fuzzy sounding. Like what? What? Like what, dude? Like, I don't know. I don't touch anything. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, great, man. Fantastic. I don't know what to do. Fuzzy sounding. Oh, God. Is my voice changer on? Jesus, dude. Gain. There's like literally nothing I've done. Mike seems fine. Well, you know, it's okay. Well, I don't ignore that message from the person who's messaging me, right? They're not trolling. I'm telling you. All right. Anyway, no, people are not being picky. I'm not even reading chat. I read one chat and it was a text message. All right. Anyway, maybe I was just too close to the mic or something. I don't know, dude. I can't hear myself, right? So what am I supposed to do? I can't test anything. Anyway, no, I mean, I'm talking to my buddy, but also at the same time, it's a, you know, team member. So it's just like, anyway. I'm limited on time here, man. Okay, it's better when I'm not at the mic. Okay, cool, great, all right. So anyway, I don't think we're out of the woods yet till we reclaim highs higher than 63,625. It's paramount that Bitcoin breaks 61,788. You know that. So if we go to the drawing board and we're saying, hey man, you know, we can re-add this, but it's like, what's maybe going on now? Some people have been talking about it, and it's just, you just anchor 1 and 2 now. And as you can see, we now have 3 touches on the top, and we have 2 touches on the bottom. So how many touches is that, chat? I know we got some mathematicians in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what that means, right? We now have a valid falling wedge that looks extremely similar to what we saw from 52K to 40K. Wow, that's pretty wild. So, you know, would be legendary to sell off one more time and to back test this once more, get triple bullish divergence, confirmation low, and that might be actionable, just like it was actionable down here, right? So all of a sudden we got some fractals happening. We got another wedge. Are people freaking out? Stop freaking out. I haven't even, we're just going. I mean, literally quick update. I'm going to the airport very soon. I will not be live for the regular time. I will not be live tomorrow, unfortunately. I may be live Saturday, but probably not because I'm flying back on Saturday to get to a big Halloween party. And don't know what I'm going to do about that because my Emperor costume didn't come in. So there you have it, chat. I mean, that's your update on Bitcoin. Something could be evolving, right? It could have been, hey, it's a busted head and shoulders turning into a falling wedge. And hey, what trend are we in? I like bullish patterns and bullish trends more than bearish patterns and bullish trends, right? Because bearish patterns, wow, it could be a seminar. This little busted head and shoulders could end up being a seminar for us to show you and be educational for everyone to see that's newer, that these bearish patterns do not perform as well and they can be very unreliable, and if they do play out, they will massively underperform. So my God, you broke the neckline, and we knew, right? It was like, if it broke the neckline, you can't say 100% measure move because there's too much inflection. There's too much support at 58K, 57.5. So it's like, if that doesn't hold, good probability it will hit the measured move because there's no support till 53K. But if it does hold, forget about it, man. If market participants do not want to see this price fall below 58,350, this thing's going to 75K, 100K, probably 88K, right? This would be the time. You're not gonna, one does not simply back test this level as support and never fall below it and not go to much, much higher prices. Yep. We were just talking about yesterday, there had to be fear. There wasn't any fear, you know, like until the fear started setting in a little bit when we were testing the level, right? Just like there was tremendous amounts of trepidation down here in September. Oh man, the sentiment was scared S-less in September. I'm telling you, dude, like I know, like having a Patreon and stuff, like, oh, people were worried, and forget about it. Down here, it was even worse. Holy crap. So yeah, the fear set in yesterday, and then pop, we're back up 5%. Well, I love when we separate from those inflection points. Love that, man. Okay, so if you wanted something really actionable and strategic, you'd really pray for one more back test. Okay, one more back test, or a slightly higher low than never test, but then you'd have like your momentum would do this, where you'd have one more level. I mean, this is like, again, it may never happen. I'm just telling you, this is something that you see happen, and it almost always plays out. It's such a high probability chance of break. If you get like triple bullish divergence and a confirmation low at the inflection point, that would be unreal. But you may never get it, man. You may not get it. So it's like, remember we were talking about protect yourself because of the huge run up we had. Protect yourself with stops a little below 57.5. We never fell below 57.5, not yet. Okay, and you know why? Because below 57.5 is 53K. That's it. There's nothing like really, maybe besides one time at 55.4. That was it though. Every other time it went to 53K when it fell below 58K. So no harm, no foul until you fall below the inflection point. All right, let's move to Ethereum. That is more like a descending triangle, right? The bearish Gartley played out. It hit C. So I guess you would say it hit an aggressive target for a bearish harmonic pattern, but then what did it do? Tested the inflection point, its own inflection point we've had plotted here, 3950 to 4000. It fell through it, and then it sprung. We had a spring, and we've been doing nothing but going up since, and we're near all-time highs. I mean, you understand how insane this is, right? I just want you to know. You are maybe a couple dollars away, but in like 2 hours, if you just went a couple dollars higher, it would be one of the highest 4-hour candle closes ever, man. It would be like the highest, at least the highest 4-hour candle close you had seen since May 12th. After all that stuff, right? All that crap that happened yesterday. Unreal. James Spann, man. Let's go. Respect the Polygon.
James Spawn tipped $101.
James Spawn?
4 hours / daily double bottom at 0.22 tilde. Thanks, Mitch. Safe travels, Artie.
We need to talk to the TTS people. It's not James Spawn. It's James Spann. But James Spawn might be a new meme or something. Book it. All right, mark it. There wasn't an edge. There was no real bullish divergence here. It just went out with Bitcoin and outperformed Bitcoin because we know that we think Ethereum's going to continue to outperform Bitcoin along the entire way, right? And all we got to do is look at this chart and know it. This is an active trade setup still, and it's right back at that inflection point. That's really strong. Okay, chat, when you run up to a resistance, you sell off, you just end up making a higher low, bullish convergence, almost bullish, hidden bullish divergence. I'm saying bullish convergence on the MACD, like almost like class C hidden bullish divergence on the RSI, and now you're right back at it. You're working on an engulfing candle. So almost like not partial decline, but similar behavior where it seems very probable this is going to break this little resistance here, and there's nothing, like really nothing until 7.3 million sats after this. I mean, this is a big area. But I'm thinking eventually 8.2 to 8.5 million Satoshis again. And that means just it's to the US dollar. Ethereum's going to be doing better. And that's great, man, because Ethereum to the US dollar is just a fractal of Bitcoin from last cycle. And it's following it literally perfectly. Hey, what's the elephant in the room? It's not an elephant, dude. Now, it may look like it today, but it's actually a dog, and it's called Doge. Many, oh my gods. Dude, I didn't touch this, man. This thing went down and touched the arrow, and then touched 23 cents as support for the last times, and then ended up being a third valley. So it's like we talked about yesterday. Is it turning into a 3 rising valleys almost? What an amazing, it was like a spring back test, supply line back test. 200 moving average back test on the 4 hour, and straight up now, and still think this is the way it's going, you know. I mean, I think eventually it's going to 43 cents again, and then probably 56 after that. Now the deep retraces are way up here in no man's land, so, and I think Shiba dumped on that, right? Yeah, Shiba dumped on that. So this thing, man, Doge, this is why it's like, I own Doge, and it was all for this. It was like literally a harmonic with a momentum shifting structure and a back test of old inflection points as support. You had to hold it through the ups and the downs right there. And if you just held and understood that 23 cents was everything and it was above it, dang, man, what a day. It just happened randomly last night. It's just like all of a sudden my alert on Doge goes, I'm like, what? Alert on Doge, and it's like, wow, there it is. So that's definitely the headline asset of the day. But then you got others. I mean, you got like, oh, let's go to Hex real quick for James Spawn. James Spawn. Knock that out real quick, because there's not, you know, this isn't, it's not a normal stream. This is kind of like a, hey, I'm thinking about you, and I'm going to be gone for a couple days. Oh my goodness. Wow. What if it does, man? There's no edge. Well, it depends. If you use this swing low here to this one, you could say the RSI is diverging. We might need to go to a more significant time scale. We'll see like the 8 hour. 8 hours. Look at the 8 hour, right? Where you have a low and then a slightly lower low at lower levels. And then maybe the 12 hour looks okay too. Oh yeah, right? A low, a lower low, and that's kind of developing. So Hex is okay. I mean, this is like an area where one can start, if they want to play a harmonic for real, this is where they might take their shot. really tough because there's just very little support resistance looking left, so it's harder to strategize that way. But you know, maybe this is the confirmation low. I mean, think about that. At the pattern completion zone of the butterfly, this is a type 2 return. And I mean, if it's valid, this is exactly where the asset would do this. And what would it do? It would probably end up creating another harmonic, right? Where it's like X, A, B, C, D, like something like this. You know, I mean, that can happen. Wave structures, man, they happen. You're going through the smaller waves, right? And this could be the end of the smaller wave that goes into the larger wave. So yeah, it's interesting. I guess one would, if they're trying to play it, they might be trying to set their stop up at like 22.6 cents below that low that just got put in. You're playing maybe the 8 hour or the 12 hour. Understand? So yeah, Hex could be really good here now. It kept dumping, didn't it? Dang. Really kept dumping, and now it's rallied some, and it's not bad. That's all I can say. All right. We could look at total real quick too, and it's okay.
I like turtles.
Total's fine. Total's trying to bullishly engulf on the daily. Are you kidding me? Right, and now like they say that at campuses when they can't believe what someone else's opinion is. Are you kidding me? Here it is. So the fib extension's still up there. 3 trillion is the 1272, 2.97 trillion. I remember what it is. So yeah, if Bitcoin is going to bust the head and shoulders pattern and validate it, and you break above that 63K, I mean, it's price discovery is coming, man, right? And then you got you go to Cardano. That wow, at a level of inflection, the asset held. It's not really performing that great. It's okay. It's up 5% almost, but there wasn't any edge down here. All you knew is like there was a level that had to hold, and there were limit orders set here, limit buys, and the bids came in, and you haven't gone back down to it since. So yeah, you hold 188, eventually you'll probably run back up. I mean, probably to 230 again. And then that'll probably be tested at some point. So Nadia.
G2G, safe travels.
Or Nadia. Is it Nadia or Nadia? I think it's Nadia.
My birthday is tomorrow. Hopefully BTC stays pretty.
Oh, well, early happy birthday. Seriously. It's a good month to have a birthday. Wouldn't you say, Chad? Yeah, it's been unreal for performance of crypto and people's birthdays. Nadia. It's Nadia. I was wrong on both accounts. Wow, it was the hidden answer C. Nadia, chat. Don't let me forget it. Okay, so that's Cardano as that inflection point, and it bounced there, and there's no edge really. That's okay. We're just monitoring it. Hey, Binance. Wow, dude. Wow, up 9%. It bounced off the neckline. It did it, man. Right, well, it was once a resistance, became support, and support again. Hey, this stuff happens, right? I mean, like at not inflection points, but at 886s, reactions occur. You're in a long-term uptrend, so the asset will go test levels, and I guess it bounces with the macro. You know, the eventual targets are $600+ in time. It could take another 3 weeks to a month, but like you've hit 2 targets of the trade setup already, and the third one and fourth one are way up here. So if you're in that trade, you're just hanging out. You don't care. You're like, oh yeah, it dumped, man. Oh my God, it's pumped, it's dumped. Okay, it's probably just gonna make a higher low and go again. It's doing that. So there was no edge at all when it bounced. Nothing. It was just at a level and rallied with the macro. But that happens, chat. That's part of the coin flip stuff. Just because there's not an edge doesn't mean TA is fake if something does something the other way. If there's not an edge for bears or bulls, it could literally go, it's half and half. So it just landed on tails today. instead of heads. Just like it could have landed on heads and dumped more, right, and fell below the support, say Bitcoin. But the on-chain analytics, man, that was something discussed yesterday where it's like, man, you got to have some conviction here, because it's like that can't, something's going to give, man. Something is seriously going to give on this whole like supply crunch that's going on.
Love you, Mitchie 30 Heinrich.
Multiple names there.
Is that a joint?
I don't know, man. Thanks for the 420. Things. Anyone know how to decipher that? Is that Crypto Pepe Sylvia in TTS form? Why does he never look at Cardano?
Bruh.
Why does he never look at Cardano? Like, literally just looked at Cardano. Okay, I guess we look at S&P real quick. Trying to make it. I'm running out of time. I gotta go, actually. God, man. Right? Got to call my Uber now. Make sure I'm checking my flight time. Okay, boards at that time. Yeah, probably need to go. S&P 500 just yesterday reacted. Today, who cares? Oops, wrong chart. Yeah, you reacted 113% retrace and then do what? No one cares. No one cares, dude. Money printer, go burr. Just keep rolling, dude. Go to $1 million. Go to $1 million S&P. It's all good. No, I mean, you're just up at this level, so you're still right around it. It could chop around for a while. You know, it's if the market conditions are too bullish. I mean, like harmonics, you can't really work that well if, like, you know, it's too bullish. And Scott Carney preaches about that in his books all the time. I mean, he talked about, like, went on a journey of the NASDAQ during the tech bubble popping and stuff. And it's like, man, you know, all these bullish harmonics were playing out. And all of a sudden, the trend actually reversed and things were bad. And all these harmonics that were playing out so well, all of a sudden stopped playing out. They kept getting it violated and invalidated over and over and over. And he's like, dang, man, that means this market is not bullish anymore. It's a Lipid's test, right? It's like a test. If you just roll past under 13%, the PCZ of the shark, that lets you know how bullish this freaking market is. On a bearish pattern, a bearish harmonic structure that is really reliable in the right conditions is just chopped liver. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. You know, that's okay. God. As I put on a new screen protector yesterday, I'm already working on breaking the screen protector again. It's wonderful. Just doing a stress test. Okay. Anything notable? Matic's awesome, dude. Matic, come on. We went to this one yesterday. We said what a winner this one was. Look what it was doing. It was back testing the old levels of resistance as support. 220 is the last target of the trade setup. But guess what? It's crypto, so it could just keep going, man. 220, 244, then 266, then $3. I mean, just right. You think about the wave structure here. It's doing the same bat. I mean, like, what's the 886 here? Minimum target eventually for this is like 244. That's the 88% retrace. An X, an A, a B, a C, and a D up here. Right up here. Yep. So incredible. You gotta love it, man. And that was like where I'm taking it. Market participants loaded back up. They reaccumulated, added to their position, or entered their position. Even though the smartest area to long was right here because of Bright, October 14th. On the spring back test, the inverse head and shoulders, the falling wedge breakout. Oh my God. It was so good. It was too good. Yeah, man, what a bunch of ups and downs, man, the bamboozling. Because it can't be easy, right? People have to get liquidated. People just over leverage because they're expecting Bitcoin to go into price discovery. It probably will, but just after you get liquidated because you're being extremely irresponsible on your positions, right? I mean, that's what happens. People that are not leveraged, that have protective stop losses set up below like 58K, they're safe. They didn't get stopped out, did they? Yeah, I mean, like, certainly, you know, that head and shoulder idea, like, no one ever said to go short on it, right? Because, dude, it's just like there's not enough evidence on significant time scales to back up that head and shoulders idea. Like the daily and the weekly just really weren't. You can't be bearish when you haven't shown any sort of exhaustion yet. You're in the bullish control zone on like the most significant time scale. It's really, really tough, man. Good God, look at this. Is this a type 2 return? Look at this is IOTA. This is like, yep, stop everyone out, then hold the inflection point on this after the scam wick, and then you'll probably be fine. It'll like probably be fine above 121. Right, this has happened everywhere on this market. Like anyone trying to be reasonable and wrecked by that. Just stopped out and it held and it's rallied and whatever, you know. Well, look at this. Like, oh, beautiful consolidation structure on ICX. It underperforms, then dumps with Bitcoin, and it's back above an inflection point. It's back above 192. But nothing implies anything else right now. So it's just like, I think you have just a wipeout across this altcoin space where it's, except for like a couple like Matic and I guess Doge, but look at GRT, man. GRT, it's fine, right? What did it do? It sold off, but it's only making a higher low. This one has an edge. There is an edge on GRT right now on the 4 hour, right? Where it is now making a higher low and it's making higher levels of negative momentum, hidden bullish divergence, implying a continuation to the upside. That's GRT, right? I mean, you got to find them. They're out there. You just always be scanning. But like most of them, it was a huge wipeout yesterday. Let's go to like OMG or something. OMG, dang man. Like, look, it was like, hey, it's good, and nope. And this one's not really good at all. I mean, maybe if it can hold 1272, you could consider it in a range. This actually might be a low risk area, but there's no edge here, right? Yeah, I think the idea of like, I think this holds. Like if Bitcoin doesn't dump like it did yesterday, I think this holds and rallies and goes up. But like now, you got to wonder, is it without an edge? It's really tough. But if you're just someone like not playing with an edge, I mean, isn't this like understandable and reasonable like to think about? Or if you're like kind of at the bottom here, couldn't this maybe be an idea? So yeah, I guess you're in a range now. Oh, is there another request or something?
Velo/used plaza, and as always a great man, great show, great TA, great attitude, hashtag protect Mitch at all costs lol.
So hoodie man, thanks dude for the protection, dude. You wanna be my bodyguard? I don't know if you, let's see. See Velo man, Velo's not above the area it needs to be. It needs to be above 28 cents, 28.7 cents. It's below it. The most recent event is a lower low, the lowest low ever, or one of them. It's trying to make a higher low. It's trying to show some hidden bullish divergence in the 4 hour. I mean, but it's below the 200 moving average. It's really tough. Like you got something like Matic and you got Ethereum even. I mean, just seeing something like this is really disappointing. I mean, I'm sure it very well could go up a lot higher again and then dump fast back down. But again, until you get above 28.7 cents and then regard it as support, I don't like it. You can't be bullish on it till it does something that warrants it, and you have to have an argument for that bullishness, right? This is what we must have. That has to happen. It hasn't happened yet. If it does, my God, it could be amazing. You got to get a spring. You haven't had a spring, and you haven't even back tested the spring. So you got to have a lot more. And if that happens successfully, this happens. And then it's an inverse head and shoulders almost, right? It's just, oh, it's of course. That's all I can say. I can't be bullish till we break above 28.7 cents. Okay, y'all. I've got to, I got to go, unfortunately. I've been live 37 minutes. I was thinking about maybe just doing a static video, but I thought about like, oh, I have to do the upload and all this stuff. I'm just like, F it. I'll just do a little stream to see y'all, to let you know like what just happened. It's not an invalid head and shoulders quite yet. You must break above 63,600, but once that happens, boom, man, it's gone, dude. And we are in the development of the same little fractal we saw at 40K. This same structure is developing up here at very, very similar historical inflection points. It's very interesting. Okay. Someone message Hickok or whatever his name is, the gun guy. Tell him Bitcoin looks pretty interesting. He's probably in Shiba coin, right? Like every other normie that's not in this space. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want to miss my flight. Got to get through customs and all that. And I'm on a private jet today, flying. I bet I am first class. Let's go, dude. You know, but yeah, I'll be surrounded by no coiners. You will all be in my thoughts. You will all be with me. All right. So thanks for the, you know, the James Bond contribution and a couple more. So I'll be back sometime. I don't know when exactly. You know, if you're a patron, I'll continuously trying to be updating you on the weekend and stuff. But so I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.